Hi, this is Lukssz Fikus, and we continue with our third episode of the walk through the Horizon DAC. And we were talking in our first episode about tubes in general, and the second episode was about tube rolling. So you can find them in the YouTube section of Lampizator. Now, the last tube I didn't mention is a funny little tube called Lukssz. Lukssz is a special tube designed for display of letters or digits, and it's been forgotten. Like our music tubes, our power tubes, rectifiers, they've been kept alive by guitar industry, by high-end industry, and they never really disappeared. Then Lukssz became forgotten because we have LCD displays, and we have OLED displays, and we have LED displays, and all kinds of displays. So this thing that reigned in the display kingdom from around 1940s, 50s up to end of 60s slowly disappeared, and large stocks remained unused because there was no use for it. And some people build clocks for it, like fancy clocks, and it makes me angry because they deplete this wonderful tube that can be used in audio, and they build stupid clocks which could be made in any other way. Anyway, back to the Horizon. The first feature that strikes people when they see the DAC is the funny display. And some people don't even know what they are because they see two digits, and people don't realize that these digits are created from a tube. This is not a vacuum tube because it's filled with gas. So there is no oxygen, there is gas, and applying just voltage to one of the digits, all the digits from 0 to 9 are present inside, and they are kind of like transparent. So applying the 140 volt DC to one of the digits makes it glow. When it glows, it doesn't consume any heat or any current or any power. It just glows, and it's a passive device. So compared to LCD display that is commonly used and we use in our other Lampizator products, LCD display requires a microprocessor that runs the pixel display on a screen. So a microprocessor requires power, requires memory, requires a clock to run. So it becomes another noisy environment inside the DAC, where we don't like any other competition for noises. The only noise we have is our own clock, and of course we can deal with that. And addition of LCD display creates problems with grounding, with common grounding, with some noises traveling on the ground and feeding back to the DAC loop, etc., etc. So finding this Lukssz display allowed me to create a display which is completely silent, doesn't have any clock, any processor, any current, any heaters, any special power supply. It doesn't even require any power supply because we can use power from any tube because it's only voltage without current. So it's sexy, it's cool, it doesn't break. We sold several hundreds of these displays, and none of them ever broke. So it's a good indicator of longevity. They should last anytime between, 20, 30, 40 years. So we are very happy to have such a reliable and funny looking product. It makes us stand out from the crowd because a modern DAC, and this is probably the most modern DAC in the world today as we speak, despite being so modern inside, on the outside it looks maybe not nostalgic, but it looks like the from the era the tubes were present. So I'm very happy that people react nicely, and so far, out of hundreds of people in this room and in the show, nobody criticized the display as being silly, and I'm taking pride of being the designer of this display, so it's my pride and joy. I hope you enjoy the crazy Lukssz tube.